So one tactic a toxic person will use, and by the way, quickly, I'm using toxic person as a proxy for narcissist, which would probably normally go here in these type of videos. But I don't want to diagnose anyone. I want to include just the really awful people, along with the people that actually have or would have a clinical diagnosis if they got themselves, evaluated. So when a toxic person comes at you with with an argument that basically is very vague, and they give you kind of give you these vague like responses. This is what you do. So let me give you an example. The toxic person may say something like, well, you're always getting angry about the silliest, most senseless things. So of course a reasonable person would say, okay, give me an example of that. And the toxic person will say, well, I don't know, there's so many to choose from, where do I even start? Well, when they tell you that there's so many to choose from, your response should be, well, pick one. If there's so many to choose from, it should be easy to pick one. I mean, they're all right there. If they say, I don't even know where to start, the response is, start somewhere. Because the thing of it is, and they know this, that they're a toxic person trying to win an argument, they know that you can't debate or argue against a vague accusation. How do you debate again? What do you say if somebody says you get angry at the silliest things? That very vague accusation. I mean, how can you defend against that if you don't have a specific example? You can't. And that's what they're relying on. So you just kind of go in this continual anger loop because you're frustrated because they're saying something about you that you can't come back at because it's too vague to counter. I do want to offer a word of caution, though. There are times where somebody will make a very general accusation, and they won't have those examples handy, and they're not necessarily toxic. It's just maybe it's been a long time, there's a lot of stress, maybe they're confused or upset. If you don't suspect the person's a toxic person, if you think that they're genuine or acting with good intent, then we need to be softer. We basically say the same thing, but you sugarcoat it. Instead of, we'll pick one, you would say, well, I can't really respond to that because it's too vague. Please give me an example and we can work our way through it. It's the same message. It's just done in a way that shows that you understand the person is coming at you with it, or at least are going to give the benefit of the doubt. They're coming at you with a valid concern and that you're willing to work with them, but you're just going to need to have something to work with. I mean, you get angry at the silliest things, there's nothing to work with. You need the silly thing. Well, you left the toilet seat up, and I got mad, you got angry, whatever, something like that. Then that's, that would be something you can work with. So just a tip that I've learned with my time with people.